Hello guys, and welcome to our channel Option Greeks. This channel is all about financial literacy and stock market. And in today's video, I will talk about, or rather I will answer and explain why a person should learn about stock market and why financial literacy is pretty much important for everyone. Okay, so before we move forward, I would like to request you guys to kindly subscribe to our channel so that it will reach to more and more viewers. And whenever we will launch or upload our videos, you'll be able to learn something from it. Okay, so let's move forward, and I will answer the questions asked regarding why a person should learn about stock market. And another most important question is who should learn about stock market. Okay, so the answer is pretty much clear and easy, that everyone should learn about stock market, because whether they are working professional, whether they are students. I mean, for students, it is really important for their further studies, whether, irrespective of their field of studies, whether they are from commerce background, science background, arts background, whether a person is working professional and he wants to invest some amount of money in the stock market or any sort of income earning or interest earning instrument. So, first, I'll explain all about the benefits of stock market. Okay, and these are which you can see on your screen: employability, financial freedom. I mean, it is required in further studies also, and irrespective of their field of study. Simultaneous profession means a part-time trader. Then it comes full-time trader, and another benefit is it takes advantage of a growing economy, and it is also the best way to stay ahead of inflation. So one by one, I'll explain all the benefits. Okay, and if you guys have any question regarding our video or any of the topics I'm teaching right now or I'm explaining right now, you can post a question in the comment box, and I will try to answer those questions as soon as possible. Okay, so the first point was employability. What does it mean? Simply, if you bifurcate the employability as in ability to get employed. Okay, so if you want to enhance your ability or your chances or opportunity to get employed easily, you have to have some sort of basic skill set of financial market. For example, take chartered accountant, financial engineer, stockbroker. Chartered accountants, the basic job is to do audit of financial institution. I mean, institutions like asset management firms, companies listed on the stock market and all. So without prior knowledge of stock market, it will be really difficult for them to crack an interview, or even if they get the job, it will be really difficult for them to complete the work easily. I mean, it will be really difficult for them to understand the topics. And a profession like financial engineer, basically these are the engineers or mathematicians or statisticians who build new investment tools and method of analysis, so that these insurance companies, asset management firms, or hedge fund, they can use these models to invest and to get a good return on the investment. And now comes stockbroker. Everyone knows about the stockbroker. Most of us, I mean 90%, 95% of us knows about the stockbroker. These are the professional traders who buys and sell on behalf of clients. Okay, so employability in terms of these professions, you have to have some basic prior knowledge about this. So it is important for students also and for working professionals also. I do understand that not everyone invests in stock market actively. I mean, they do it passively. They invest in several bonds and debentures or an instrument which is income generating. Okay, so what kind of returns they are getting, that will, I mean, the kind of knowledge they have currently and the kind of knowledge they need to get better returns from the market, it's really important to know about it. Okay, so the second point we'll talk about is financial freedom. So during this COVID period, the lockdown, okay, the number of demat accounts opened last year, I mean the financial year, this the COVID period, in that 1 year, the number of demat accounts which were open, that was more than the collective accounts opened in the previous 3 years. So why this exactly happened? Because during COVID period, most of the professionals or students or I mean Even I have seen housewives doing these kind of things and learning, because they don't have much thing to do during the COVID period. They are not going outside, and those times which they have saved, so they want to do something good with their investment, good with their money. They want to multiply their money. So this professionals, those who are working from home, even they would even they exactly opened demat account and started investing in financial market. Then comes make it extra with stock market. So now reap later. What does it mean? So as I had already mentioned, it is really important for a student to learn about a stock market, or uh, if you can talk about any very broad manner, in broad manner, then financial literacy they should be aware of or equipped with. So student, those who have a background of commerce, science, or mathematics or arts, you can say, this will really help them to crack examinations, or to clear exams which are kind of very tough. Exams like chartered accountant examination, FRM examination, CS, CFA. These examinations have topics, I mean, very difficult topics which are from stock market. So until and unless you started from very beginning, from your school, middle school and all, class 11, 12 or 10, or inception of your college days and all, if you don't study these kind of things, you'll face a lot of difficulties while studying for, while preparing for these kind of examinations. So why not to study it, way before than your examination dates? So exactly this way, what we can do, we can learn things, and we can learn things now, and we can get the results later also. For science students nowadays, most of these computer science background students, they are going for fintech companies. Okay, irrespective of their colleges, whether it's tier 1 college, tier 2 college, tier 3 college, they are getting employed in fintech industry a lot. And fintech industry, if you have a knowledge of computer science, okay, you should be having a good knowledge of financial market also, because that will enhance your employability, that will enhance your efficiency, and that will obviously enhance your knowledge and the package which you will get when you get employed. So for science students also, it's very important to learn about financial market. This was a myth that previously this was a myth that only commerce students should learn about stock market, but this is not true nowadays. Everyone should learn about stock market. Mathematician generally, they are the one who design financial models to solve problems which are faced by the stock market companies, hedge funds and all. Okay, so we'll go to the next slide, and we will talk about, this is a very fancy word, work in your pajamas. Nowadays, most of the people have seen, they have launched their own YouTube channels and all, and they have become full-time traders. So they don't have to work that 9 to 5 job. Obviously they are trading from 9 to 4, but they are not bound by such rules and regulations. They are on your own, on their own. Okay, so what exactly they do? They have that freedom of investing their own money, taking their own decision. But yes, they have to learn. Without learning, it's really difficult, because I have seen nowadays people going for trading directly. Now, today they have decided that they want to do trading, and tomorrow they are opening the account, they're starting trading, and they're losing money on regular basis. That shouldn't be done. You should, it's like a profession. You should learn about this before diving deep into the stock market. You should learn about the very basics. Suppose we are going for any masters in suppose masters in computer science, we have to learn from the very basics, from C, C++, and all the very basics things we have to learn. Then we can go for master. The same thing happens with the stock market. You have to learn very basics, and then you go ahead and learn about the strategies, the kind of tools you have. Okay, so becoming a full-time trader has its own pros and cons, which we will talk about in a future videos. But for the time being, full being a full-time trader, it's not a easy job to do. And the another thing is, we can take advantage of growing economy. Okay, growing economy, as if we can say that if economy is growing, the corporate earnings I mean, corporate earnings are increasing. Okay, so once you invest in a company, okay, and if this fintech, suppose I'll take example of fintech company, any fintech company. So if this fintech company are taking advantages, I mean, taking advantage of the economy, and they are growing in a very exponential manner, they have to they have to keep the pace with the market, with the economy. And to get benefit out of it, what we have to do, we have to start investing in them, because we don't want to I mean, lag behind with the people who are already into the market. We don't want to do that, because that's our loss. Okay, so, and why nowadays, this is pretty much easy nowadays. Okay, investment is nowadays really easy. I mean, this because of this digitization, the growing equity awareness, and the most important thing, simple KYC. Previously it was really arduous job, but nowadays it's simple. I mean, filling up the KYC form and all, submitting into the I mean, a stock broker, and getting an demat account, it's very easy nowadays. Okay, so, I mean, today or in future, you all will look to compound your hard-earned money. That's the main funda of stock market. You don't want to make your uh, money sitting idle in your savings account and doing nothing. Okay, so we will move forward, and there's another topic which is really important. That is best way to stay ahead of inflation. Inflation is generally between the range of 4 to 6%. Okay, so what does it mean? Inflation means I mean, inflation basically, how would I explain it? Inflation means in the increase in the cost of living expenditures. Okay, when there's an increase in cost of living, then suppose you can purchase a uh, product at 100 rupees today, and after 1 year, if the inflation rate is 6%, the same product you have to buy at the price of 106. There's a 6% increment or increase in the prices. That is generally we talk about inflation. Okay, so we have to beat inflation, because suppose we're investing a certain amount of money in, suppose, savings bank account. Nowadays savings bank account are giving 3.5% return. So 3.5% return, suppose I'm investing 100 rupees, and after 1 year I'm getting, let it be 103.5 rupees. Okay, 103 rupees and 50 paisa. And then inflation, because of inflation, the same product will cost me 106. So I'm losing money. So the best way to stay ahead of inflation is go for stock market, real estate, okay, or you can say precious metals and all. But according to the survey and studies, the best return you will get it from stock market. But yes, with prior knowledge. Without knowledge, it's really difficult. Okay, so demat account opening hits a record of 14.2 million in financial 2021, according to a report by Mint. Okay, so Indian investors opened a record of 14.2 million new demat accounts in financial year 21, that is 2021, nearly three times the figure in the previous fiscal year. As the global pandemic and business disruption opened up new investment opportunities, because no one wants to sit idle at their home and doing nothing, because most of these professionals, they lost their job because company was not making profit, and I mean, they lost their job. So this was the way out, you can say. And to be honest, knowledge is everything in the context of trading. The streets are littered with wannabe traders, and in a bull market, many are profitable through sheer luck rather than sound knowledge, because they're investing, and because of luck, they have earned a huge amount of money, and they think that they have become a very, I mean, good trader. But that's not true. To be a full-time trader, you need to combine a high level of knowledge with experience. Without this, trust me, your probability of success over the long term is very low, very, very low. Okay, so when you leave work to, I mean, become a full-time trader, you no longer have the security of a regular income. Okay, this means your attention is often focused on making profits from every trade just to pay your bills. So when you're becoming a full-time trader, don't take it for granted. Okay, learn things, work, I mean, trade, I mean, as a part-time trader, trade for few months, few years, till the time you're, I mean, confident enough, and then only you go for full-time trader. And for all this, these are the videos, and I mean there are other channels also. I won't say that you just learn from my channel. There are other channels on YouTube readily available. You can learn from those things also, so that you don't lose much money in stock market. I won't say that people don't lose money even after learning, because now even I sometimes lose money, but I have the required skill set and knowledge to minimize the losses. Okay, I do lose money, but the kind of losses I used to have when I did not know much about the stock market were enormous, but now it's minimal. Okay, so, and the best part of stock market is you can make huge profit in both the market conditions of going up or going down. Buy on going up and sell on market going down. That's a different thing of fundamental analysis, which we will be teaching you in the future classes. But that's the benefit. That's the benefit. Okay, so what are the things you know before investing? The first and foremost important thing is risk and return go in hand. Higher the risk, higher the return. Lower the risk, lower the return. For example, if you're investing in equity market, okay, and if you're investing in equity market, then you are having a lot of risk of losing huge amount of money, but the returns are on a higher end. And suppose if you want to invest in government securities, okay, like gold bond and all, so risk is pretty much zero, I would say, or rather low, but the returns are, risk is very low and the returns are as well very low. Okay. Uh, so people generally prefer investment in equities. Okay, so investment in equities is known to beat inflation over a long period of time because returns are pretty much high. I have seen, or rather, I have earned, good amount of return. You can say 20, 30, 30 to 40% return per year. Depends. Kind of hard work you're doing depends on that. I won't say that now you're investing on my call and you learn 40% of return on your investment. That's not true. You have to work really hard for that. You cannot blame the other person for your losses and the earnings for your. You cannot congratulate the other person or for your benefits and profits, because ultimately most of the hard work will be done by you. Okay, and real estate investments requires a large outlay of cash and cannot be done with smaller amount, because for investment also you can start with 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh. You can start with, for option trading, this much of amount you can start with. But for real estate investment, the the banks don't give you loan on the entire money. They will give you, for suppose 80% of that asset value, not more than that. Okay, 80%. It depends on the kind of investment you're doing. Okay, so for investment in real estate, you need huge amount of cash outlay. Okay, so people generally go for equities nowadays. They are doing that. Okay, because even with a small amount of money, they can start investing. And it's not like that you have to be an active trader uh, to enter into stock market. You can be a passive trader also. Invest in some long-term instruments and just wait and watch for their increment and their returns. Okay, so suppose a fixed deposit is giving you 4% and inflation 6%. It means 2% per annum you're losing. So you have to keep that in your mind, and which is pretty much important. So this is all about what a person should know before entering into stock market. What kind of knowledge they need, what should be the time period till when they have to be work as or to trade as a part-time trader. Okay, and for any questions, kindly I had request kindly post your questions in the comment box. I would be really happy to answer those questions. And before you start investing, better you read these books, because these are really important and this will give you insightful knowledge to move ahead with some encouragement. So now it's really important why this slide collaborate with us to help others. What does it mean? Yeah, we conduct classes, basics classes, intermediate and advanced classes. We charge fees, but we don't take fees directly to us. We rather request our students, okay, those who are paying on per session basis. So don't send any fees to us, don't send any fees to our account. You directly pay to a COVID relief fund, even if it's uh, PM Care or your Chief Minister Relief Fund, whichever you find easy to pay or donate. Just you have to do that before the class starts. You have to make the payment. The the kind of amount you want to pay. I mean, the basic, it starts from for basics classes, it starts from 150 rupees per session. Okay, so what you have to do, that you have to pay that amount through whatever channel you want to. I mean, net banking, mobile banking, or UPI. You make the payment. You share the payment acknowledgement to us, and we'll give you the access to the class. So we are charging students, but we are not earning anything. We don't want to actually. Okay, because these knowledges should be free of cost, but due to COVID, it will be really helpful to all the citizens, those who are facing, I mean, financial constraints. That will be really helpful to them. That's why we are charging. It doesn't mean that a person who doesn't have money to donate, or student doesn't have money to donate, I mean, those students cannot join our classes. They can. They have to send one request on my WhatsApp number. I'll be sharing my WhatsApp number in the description. You can send me a message, and you can request for the classes according to requirement. We will be giving you the access of the classes. So what you can do, you can join our option Greeks community. Okay, all industry leaders in one place. That is, we have a very huge network of industry leaders, be it a chartered accountant, be a full-time trader, part-time trader, bankers, investment bankers. Okay, we have, I mean, even aerospace engineers, marine engineers. These people, students, this is a very huge community, and whenever you need any help, they will be, I mean, on their toes to help you out. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video till end. You can follow us on YouTube. You can subscribe us on YouTube. You can join our Telegram channel, the Option Greeks, or you can follow us on Instagram also. So till next video.